the unfolding water crisis in KwaZulu-Natal could very well be as a result of more than just the long-standing infrastructure issues exacerbated by floods. The chair of the Parliamentary Water and Sanitation Portfolio Committee, Mashego, has revealed that the water infrastructure problems in KwaZulu-Natal have paved the way for the emergence of water tanker mafias. Well, to discuss this further is the chair himself of the Parliamentary Water and Sanitation Portfolio Committee, Mashego. Mr. Mashego, good evening and thank you very much for your time. You know, I wish I could say we're surprised or shocked by this, but unfortunately not, because a number of communities have brought this allegation that the water infrastructure problems are deliberately not being resolved to benefit certain water tanker companies. Talk us through, though, what you have established on the ground.
Good evening and good evening to your listeners. Look, it is true that the water tankers has become a business transaction in most of the cities in South Africa, not necessarily in KZN or in Gauteng, and all over the show, in Tshwane, in Hammanskraal, in Mpumalanga, and Bushbuck, all over the show. The reality of the matter is that the water shortages at a time when there was still too much load shedding, it was justified because the electricity was on and off. Therefore, water pumping was a problem. On the basis of that, people went out and bought a lot of water tanker trucks. Now that there is no longer load shedding that is too large and too big, so the business is now shrinking. Now you find that these, and I don't want to call them mafias, but these water tanker owners are now trying by all means that there must be no water stability in the country, that there must always be water crisis in order for them to sustain their business of trucks that they have bought either on credit and so forth. Therefore, they need to pay their tax. And they do not want the water crisis to be solved. But once you solve it, then they are losing their income and therefore they can't pay their tax.
Mr. Mashego, why the apprehension to call them mafias? Because this is actually extortion, and it probably resolving the problem starts with actually identifying it as such, that here we've got criminal elements, this is extortion, and they're mafias. Well, those that are part of this.
I'm not necessarily even shying away to call them that. They are indeed. Mafias is criminality that is well organized. This is what it is. This is what it is. So it is indeed a mafia style of extortion.
So just for clarity, is it that here we see municipalities delaying in repairing infrastructure, water infrastructure, or it's a case of every time the municipality goes out to repair the water infrastructure, then you have some of these water tanker companies coming to destroy that very infrastructure?
Exactly. The municipalities are not delaying. Sometimes they are even prevented and stopped physically by these mafias with carrying guns, for that matter. They intimidate municipal employees. They intimidate water tanker, water boards, like for instance your Rand water, your Joburg water, and so forth and so on. They intimidate their staff in order for them not to repair damages of pipes. And at some point, they themselves go and damage these pipes in order for them to benefit.
So beyond this being a violation of people's rights to a basic service such as water, community members, even municipal officers who are too vocal on their right to water could also be exposed to physical danger, making this matter even more serious. So what is Parliament doing to address this?
Look, Parliament cannot deal necessarily with criminal elements. It's a question of, for instance, a portfolio committee like the one I'm sharing, just report it to Parliament, and Parliament hand it over to the Department of Police, and the police deal with this. It's a criminal act. A criminal act must be treated as a criminal act, and the people must be arrested.
So what happened here was that this was a parliamentary exercise. It was an oversight visit. You went down, and I understand that you were told to your face that if the infrastructure is repaired, they would damage it yet again.
I was told twice. I was told twice by some people that they just tell you that don't. They even say to you, "Don't come back here again." In Hammanskraal, they told, in Mamelodi, they once told me that.
But if parliamentarians now are being told to their face, not to be an alarmist, but for those that have then said South Africa is becoming a mafia state, would they really be wrong? If you're telling legislators that do not come back here.
No. We think that the matter is not yet out of hand. It's not out of control. Is that, remember, the Portfolio Committee on Water and Sanitation does not have arresting authority and power. The Ministry of Police and even the security cluster, they have not given up the fight, and I think they are capable of handling it. It will be controlled.
But would we say...
It's just a matter of time.
Pardon me for interjecting there, Mr. Mashego, but would we say it hasn't reached crisis level if there's perhaps a family that has lost a loved one, because for them it is a crisis, with just that one person, be a municipal officer, who was merely perhaps just raising the alarm that you've got these mafias. And in most cases, you find that with municipal officers, if they raise the alarm, they raise concern about this matter, they could possibly get killed. They don't raise concern about this matter. If the matter is escalated to national or provincial level, there could be a disciplinary process that is instituted against them, so they're pressed on all sides. You could lose your job if this matter is escalated to another tier of government, or you could lose your life if you actually sound the alarm that such is happening.
No, it will be opportunistic of employers, of workers who are working in this department, for them to can charge them for being afraid to go and work. I'm sorry, in a danger where their life is in danger. So, and then when they report, I'm sure the police must get in and resolve the problem. So you cannot charge the person who gives you a report of the problems that we have. As I've said, I've raised it myself, and I'm going to raise it forever. But nobody can be charged for not doing work where there is danger. The police must act, and people must be arrested.
All right. Mr. Mashego, thank you very much for your time this evening. That was Robert Mashego, Parliamentary Water and Sanitation Portfolio Committee Chairperson, speaking to us there.